If you know that you're gonna get tempted when you feel his or her lips coming on your cheek, on your forehead, then don't do it. What's up, YouTube?
So today we are back with another video, Q&A part 2.
Part 2. So we got some more great questions. We did our part 1 Q&A video. If you haven't checked it out yet. Even though you didn't ask us the questions, they still could be beneficial to you. So we're here with part 2. We're gonna wrap through these questions and give you some great answers.
Yes.
So first question. What's one thing you like and dislike about each other? Tough.
You go first.
Nah, yes. You trying to be slick.
No, you go first.
Okay. One thing that I like about Angel is that she is very, what's the word? I'll use 2 words: supportive and encouraging. What's one thing you like about me?
One thing I like about you is that you are very loving. He's very loving and he's very trustworthy.
Alright,
yes.
So what's one thing that you dislike about me?
One thing that I dislike about you is probably when he ignores me.
I ignore you?
Yes, you do.
How? When?
You know you ignore me.
I don't be ignoring you on purpose. If I don't hear you, I don't
No,
respond.
you hear me. You just don't.
No.
He's in a different world sometimes. That's one thing I dislike about you.
Okay. I don't dislike anything about you, but if I have to choose something, I'll probably say when you get annoyed. I don't like it when you get annoyed. Because when you get annoyed, like you just, I don't know, I guess that's for anybody. Okay, I dislike when you're talking on the phone with me while you're driving. Because when you talk on the phone with me while you're driving, you get like real kind of panicky. Why you look so confused?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you kind of panicking like, Emmanuel, wait a minute, I'm in traffic. Wait a minute, Emmanuel, a car just got in front of me.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
That's one thing you dislike about me.
That's one thing.
Okay, next question. Question number 2.
Question number 2. How important is it to have accountability partners while courting, and who are your accountability partners? Can you share with us some of the boundaries or rules you guys have in place so you don't fall into the temptation of fornication? Do you believe it's okay to kiss while in this stage, or is it okay for any personal or physical touch? How far is too far? So we're going to break this question down a little bit.
Yeah.
How important is it to have accountability partners while courting, and who are our accountability partners?
That is really good.
Good question. I think that it's very important to have accountability partners right now. Since we're in this courting process, we really look up to I look up to my parents personally, because my parents have been married for 39 years.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of experience in marriage, and they really encourage me and show me I kind of look up to them just as what to take and what not to take. What they say, chew the meat and spit out the bones. I know what I should carry from them and what I shouldn't. My
parents and my mom and my dad, they both helped me and Emmanuel, and they give us advice on courting and how to stay pure and things to not do, things to do. I can always go to them when I have a question or when I have any kind of doubts. I always go to them. So that's my accountability partners.
Yeah, and so we kind of bring that together because since we're not married yet, you know, we respect our parents and honor them and look up to them. So that's who we consider to be our accountability partners for right now.
Yep. Okay,
the second part of this question. Can you share with us some of the boundaries or rules you guys have in place so that you don't fall into the sin of fornication? One thing that we try to do is go to public places. We try to go to places where it's not tempting to fall into fornication. We've hung out with couples who have no problem with having sex before marriage, and so one of the boundaries that we set is to make sure we hang around people who are like-minded like us, you know, Christ-minded like us. We make sure that we have friends and we hang around other couples who kind of have the same goals as us and same understanding of purity. So I think that's very important, to make sure you have people who can, you know, cheer you on, and other couples who can encourage you to keep going, and they're living it out with you. And like I say, don't go to private places. Don't trust yourself, sleeping in the same room. Don't trust yourself going to a hotel and saying, well, we'll get 2 queen beds. You sleep in that bed. No, just don't trust your flesh and none of that kind of stuff. Another boundary that we try to keep is, we both love music. We love hip hop and R&B. We love different kinds of music. But one thing that we try to do is if we're in a car listening to music or something, and there's something that's sexually or something that's out of God's word, then we try to instantly take it off and take it out of our minds. If there's something we're watching, or if there's a movie coming out and if it has like a lot of sex scenes and stuff in it, we try to stay away from that kind of stuff, because you're human. So if you see that, you're going to be tempted to want to fall into it. So that's one thing that we try to do, is to keep our mind stayed on Jesus and try to avoid all that temptation by not watching certain things on TV, listening to certain songs and all that kind of stuff. So be mindful of what you're feeding to your spirit, because whatever goes in is going to come out.
Exactly. Because music and movies, they have spirits. People who make those music, whatever they have or whatever their mind is set on when they make that song, that's what's going to be portrayed in their song. So if you listen to a song that they're talking about, in the bed and all that stuff, I mean, that's you're gonna be tempted. I mean, it's just gonna happen. So you gotta watch what you are feeding into your spirit, your eye gate, your ear gate, and
all that stuff.
Your mind. Yep.
So that's kind of some of the boundaries that we keep, and we have those things in place. So the last part of this particular question: do you believe that it's okay to kiss while in the stage, or is it okay for any physical touch? Not okay for any physical touch, because physical touch will lead to physical other stuff.
Yep.
Hugging is fine. If you want to hug your girlfriend or your boyfriend, I believe that's fine. Now, if you're hugging and then your hand gets to creeping on down and she started creeping around, cut that off. A regular hug, fine.
I mean, you just can't trust your flesh.
No, you can't trust your flesh.
Yeah.
So no physical touch. No grabbing on nothing or squeezing on nothing. It's okay, I believe, to hold hands. You can hold hands. You can, like I say, hug. Kissing.
If you feel like you can do that.
If you can, everybody's different.
Some people can't do that.
Some people's weakness is like, if I hold his hand, he got these big rough hands and all that. No, you gotta.
I don't trust my flesh. I'm never gonna trust my flesh because it's flesh. It's flesh. It's gonna do whatever it's gonna do.
So as far as kissing, I think that's really up to you. Have you tongue kissing and you trying to be all up in her mouth, all that kind of stuff? No. But a kiss on the cheek, a kiss on the forehead, that's just a part of, I guess I could say, romance. That's a part of love. That's a part of being in a relationship. If I see Angel, if I want to kiss on her forehead, on her cheek, that's understandable. But if you've been dating people, and if you're dating somebody, kissing should be minus. But if you're courting and you know that this is the person I'm marrying, I don't think there's anything wrong with a kiss on the cheek, a kiss on the forehead. But the decision is totally up to you. If you know that you're gonna get tempted when you feel his or her lips coming on your cheek, on your forehead, then don't do it. So, how far is too far? Too far is, like I say, grabbing, squeezing, touching, so all that kind of stuff. Nice little church hug,
Yeah, side hug. Side hug. Good to see you too.
Or, if we're in church, just to the word and we holding hands, it's fine because we're recording. We're in a relationship. This is just a part of relationship. So, but only do what you know that you can handle, or you feel comfortable with, and don't trust your flesh. Next question. How do you find a guy to court with? If a guy approaches me, do I tell him I want to court as opposed to dating? So, this is the thing about courting versus dating. You have to date in order to court.
Yes.
And if you have not watched our dating/court advice video, check that one out.
Go watch that.
Because first thing is, when you go on a date with somebody, which means when I say go on a date, that means you're going out with somebody who you don't know if you want to marry yet. So you have to go on this date to find the person you want to court with. So you don't just go up to a guy and say, I don't want to date you, I want to court you. You want to, first of all, say, okay, let's set up a time where we can go out, let's talk. Go to the, coffee shop, go to a restaurant where you can talk. Not to the movies, because you can't talk in the movies. Really? Go somewhere where you can talk. When y'all talk, ask him questions like, what are your plans? you know, are you really serious about this relationship that we have? And then allow that to lead on to the question, are you interested in courting? But first of all, you want to make sure that's the man you want to court with, because don't think that courting just means that we're courting and then if I don't like it, it's over and we're moving
that's
on.
That's dating.
Right, that's dating. Courting means I'm with you forever. We're committed. We're going to be getting married. We're a team.
That's our end goal.
That's the end goal. That's the end result. So if you're not sure if you want to marry that person, you don't want to court. So to answer that question, how do you find a guy to court with? First of all, date people or date guys and see who you want to be with. Make sure you have your standards and your boundaries. And as you're talking to this guy, make sure you're asking him questions on your, and if they're not matching your boundaries, if they're not matching your checklist, that's not the one. But when you meet that guy and you're checking off everything that's on your checklist and he's meeting all those standards and those boundaries and he respects you and loves God more than you do, then that's, you know, how you found him. You got the guy you courting with. Alright, next question.
Is creating a no hugging rule in the start of your courtship too drastic? What rules should you set when courting to avoid lustful accidents besides no kissing?
Alright, so a no hug rule is totally up to you, because I personally think that's drastic. That's just me. Because I know that me giving a hug to Angel, that's not going to cause me to want to have sex with her. That's not going to cause me to want to do something to her, because I know that when we hug, that's just my way of showing love. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to be around you. I'm happy to be in your presence. You know, I'm happy to call you my queen when I give you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
when I give you a hug. That's just my way of showing her love. And this is the thing. This is the problem with, I think, a lot of church people who court. You think you get to a point where you're so conscious about it, to the fact where you eventually just fall into it. Because if you're always like, oh, you're a woman, I'm a man, get away from me.
I know.
Don't touch me, get away from me.
That's
and
the most.
You're away from me. Stop, don't. We've been together 5 years, but get away from me. No, that's too much.
No.
That's way too much. That means that you need to stay single for a while and get in the Word of God and get rid of all those lustful desires, because a lot of people say a woman or a man is a distraction. I don't believe that. A woman and a man is not a distraction, because God wouldn't put Adam and Eve in the garden. What's the distraction is the lust that men and women have. That's the distraction. The person is not a distraction. It's the spirit that you have in your body or on your mind that's a distraction. I can't say that Angel is a distraction, but if I'm like, dang man, I love me some Angel, she's so beautiful, I can't wait till we get married, and that kind of stuff, and that's the distraction. It's not her as an individual. That makes sense?
That makes sense.
So that's why I believe that that hugging rule, no hugging rule is too drastic. Like I say, if that's something that you can't handle, that's a personal thing with you that, you know, you really have to just kind of work out yourself and really pray to God and ask Him for strength. And if you don't want to hug, don't hug. I mean, that's something that you and your
set
boyfriend,
your own boundaries that can that work for you.
Your own boundaries.
Exactly.
What rules should you set when courting to avoid lustful accidents? As we said before, shoot and strive to go to public places. Make sure you keep your minds and spirits full of Christ, and
stayed on Him.
Keep your mind stayed on Christ. Constantly feed your spirit with positive things that's going to encourage you to stay on the path of purity, and just keep living the way God wants you to live, and you'll be fine.
One thing we like to do is we like to do Bible studies on a regular basis. We like to
very important.
Sit, even if we're not even together, on the phone, FaceTime or whatever. We like to get our Bible out and read the Word together. That is so important.
And reading books, you know, there's great books, resources, and I think that courtship has been so what's the word for it? It's not popular right now. It's something that's been unpopular. But there's so many great resources out there. There's great books about courtship. There's great books about staying pure to marriage. You know, we'll even go to Barnes & Noble, get a Starbucks, and sit down and look through just resources, because it encourages you to keep going. And this is, I think this is one of the main things that just popped up in my spirit. Reach and go shoot for your goals and your dreams together. Because if you're reaching your goals and your dreams together, your mind is going to be so focused on your dreams that you're not even going to be as tempted to fall into sex. Notice I said as tempted. You're going to be tempted, but your mind is going to be so strong on your goals and your dreams that you know that you can overcome that temptation. That is all the questions that we're going to answer in this video.
Thank you guys for all those wonderful questions.
We want to be able to help you as much as we can.
Yes.
And we want to be able to give you resources and tools to help you in your courtship journey, your single life, your dating process, all those kind of things.
Everything.
So make sure you follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/courtgodsway, twitter.com/courtinggodsway, instagram.com/courtinggodsway. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have great things in store for you. We love you so much. You are our family. If you have any more questions, please comment on this video below any of our videos. We check all of our comments or any of our social media pages, and we'll love to answer them in our next Q&A video. We love you guys so much. Talk to you later. Bye.